Welcome learners. We are learning topology. Now here, let's this is a beautiful narration by Noga Allen. Noga Allen is an Israeli mathematician and a professor of mathematics at Princeton University, and he has a great contribution to the combinatorics and theoretical computer science. And he narrated this as I was interviewed in the Israeli radio for 5 minutes, and I said that more than 200 years ago, Euclid proved that there are infinitely many primes. That fact we know. Immediately the host interpreted me and asked, are there still infinitely many primes? This is very right now. Okay, so let's go for our topic. We are looking at the topology, and in the previous video we have seen a definition of limit point of a set, that is also called as a cluster point or a accumulation point. We have seen the definition and we have seen the examples. We have found the set of all the limit points, which is called a derived set of rational numbers in the set of real numbers used usual topology. And also we have found the derived set of the open interval 0 1 in two different topologies. First we have found for the lower limit topology RL, which is generated by this basis, and then we have found it for the usual topology on RU, right? And in the first case, we saw that the derived set of 0 1 open interval 0 1 in lower limit topology is closed 0 open 1, while you have seen that the same set derived set of 0 1 in your usual topology is closed interval 0 1. Okay, and then we have seen one example wherein you have to find the derived set of all those elements of the form 1 upon n, where n is a natural number, and in this we have to find it in usual topology. Okay, so let's solve this, find the derived set of this set in this today's lecture. If you have not seen the previous video, then I'll give the link of this in the description box. You can go and check there. Alright, so let's start for this. Solution. Now since we are working in a set of all the real numbers, so we have to check each real number for the limit point. Okay, this is your real axis. Let us take this to be 0, and let us take somewhere here 1, and somewhere here -1, and +2 -2, you know, it's a real line. Okay, now let me just come back to the definition of a limit point. If you have not seen the last video, let's revise. Here we go. Let X be a topological space, A be the subset of X, and X is a point of X. Okay, now this point in X is called the limit point if, this is the yellow line, every neighborhood of X contains a point of A other than X. Okay, now if you want to find the derived set of A, the set of all the limit points of A is called the derived set of A. Now suppose you want to find the derived set of A, then you have to check each point of your space whether it's a limit point or not. Okay, now here, as we have done in the previous cases, we will take different cases. Right, now what is A? When n belongs to this n belongs to natural number, so it will be 1. So first point of the set will be here, rather one of the point of this A will be here, then half, then 1/3. Let us write 1 half, 1/3, then 1/4, 1/5, and it will go on increasing, and it will go towards 0, and then goes to infinity. 1 upon n goes to 0. So as you go for a large n, it will go towards 0. Okay, but remember, it will never be equals to 0. Okay, alright. Now for this we have to check what is the derived set of A. So let us take different cases, and then we will see whether that one is the limit point of that given set or not. Right, let us take first case. Say X belongs to A. Okay, now your set A is of the form 1 upon n and x belongs to A. That implies x will be of the form 1 upon m, where for some m belongs to natural number. Okay, it will be of the form 1 upon m because we have taken a point x in that set. Okay, so how will be the diagram? It will be like, let me use the same color. You have this R. Okay, or let me do it systematically. Okay, this is your R. Okay, now 0 is here, somewhere here, and you have taken, let us take 1 here. Okay, now x is 1 upon m, so it will be somewhere here. Let us take anywhere, somewhere here, 1 upon m. Now it says what? It says if you take any neighborhood of 1 upon m, it should contain a point of A other than 1 upon m. So first make your wild guess whether 1 upon m will be the limit point of a set A or not. Now if you see, if you take any neighborhood of this, it should contain a point of A. Right? Now our claim is this 1 upon m is not a limit point. Now for that matter, you have 1 upon m here. So obviously 1 upon m minus 1 will be somewhere here, which is greater 1 upon m minus 1. And this side it will be somewhere here. Now if you check the distance between 1 upon m minus 1 and 1 upon m and compare with this 1 upon m plus 1, 1 upon m plus 1 will be closer to 1 upon m rather than 1 upon m minus 1. Okay, now if you see, if you just looking at the diagram, we can say that if I take this neighborhood of 1 upon m, you know, in R with usual topology, neighborhoods are nothing but the open intervals. Now if you check this neighborhood of 1 upon m, and when you intersect this neighborhood with A, and if you remove the point 1 upon m, then the resultant will be empty, and hence 1 upon m cannot be the limit point. And for that matter, we have to say what will be the radius. What will be the radius of this? Okay, now what we'll do is we will take R to be, or the radius of that ball will to be, of course we know that this is bigger and this is smaller. So you take the distance between 1 upon m plus 1 and 1 upon m, and you take half of it. So you start your interval from here to here, and that guarantees that A intersection with your open ball difference 1 upon m will be empty, and hence this x cannot be the limit point. So no point of A will be the limit point of A. Okay, let us write that. So let us take, let R, the distance between 1 upon m and 1 upon m plus 1. So that will be 1 upon m minus 1 upon m plus 1. Then this you can prove. Let us assume this now. Ball around x is nothing but 1 upon m of radius say r. You can take r, or let us take r upon 2. Okay, half of the distance. Intersection with A, your set. When you take this intersection, it will be, let me write, is equals to x, that is 1 upon m, and ball around x of radius r by 2 intersection with A, and when you remove this x from the set, this should be a set. When you remove that singleton x from that, this will be an empty set, and hence x is not a limit point of A. It's as simple as that. Okay, so we have taken this R, and we have taken all those points from that 1 upon from that A, that is one of the form 1 upon n. That is the worst case. So all those numbers of the form 1 upon n are not the limit points. Case 1. Okay, let us take case 2. Case 2, let us take x in the open interval 0 comma 1. So if you take x belongs to 0 1, then of course x can be also element from a, right? Because half is also in 0 1, 1 by 3 is also in 0 1. So let us also say that this x does not belongs to a. That means x is not of the form 1 upon m. Okay, again let us draw this. Let me draw a bigger one. This is your r. Let us take 0 here, 1 here. Now this x belongs to 0 1 and x is not of the form 1 upon m. That means x will be somewhere in between two integers like 1 upon m and 1 upon m plus 1, because it is not of the form 1 upon m. It will be in between any of the two. M can be anything, right? So let us take x somewhere here. Change the color. X is somewhere here. This x we will write it. This will be 1 upon m and this will be 1 upon m plus 1. And since x is not in the set A, it will be in between for some m. So let me prove that. This implies x belongs to open interval 1 upon, the smallest one is 1 upon m plus 1. So 1 upon m plus 1 comma 1 upon m, and this is for some m belonging to natural number. Now in this case, what radius you will take? So that when you take the open interval ball around x of radius r, whatever r you are choosing, and when you intersect with a, the intersection will be empty. Of course, intersection will be empty. So what you do is, if you take your radius to be like this, if you take the radius this, then of course when you intersect this open interval of x, open interval or open neighborhood of x, when you intersect with a, the intersection will be empty. Even if you don't remove x, still doesn't matter because x is not in a also. Okay, then what radius we will check? So we can pause the video, we can find the radius. So let us take r to be you take the minimum of the distances of this. Just take r is equals to minimum of these two distances, because we don't know where is the x. X can be very close to this point or x can be very close to this point. So if you take randomly, then it may go outside the 1 upon m or 1 upon m plus 1, and then the intersection will be 1 upon m. That we don't want. So we want the radius as small as possible so that the intersection is empty, because our claim is x is not a limit point of the set. Okay, so let us take m to be minimum of 1 upon m minus x. So minimum of, let me just write first, and x minus 1 upon m plus 1. So you take the minimum distance between this and this. So distance between x and 1 upon m is the bigger number minus the smaller number, and distance between this is x minus 1 upon m plus 1. Remember, it's not the average, right? And with this observation, if you check ball around x of radius r, in fact r will also work, but let us take r by 2, intersection a will be empty, and even if you remove x from it, still it will be empty. This implies x is not the limit point of a. So no point of a is the limit point of a, and no point of open interval 0 1 is also a limit point of a. Okay, let us go for case 3. Case 3, remember we have to exhaust entire R. Okay, we have to check every point of R whether it's a limit point. Now in case 3, let us take x equals to 1. Okay, you can plot some cases together, you can split some cases, or you can take 10 cases. It's up to you how you write. Okay, now let us draw the diagram again. This is our R. Zero is somewhere here. 1 is somewhere here. Now your point what you have taken is x equals to 1. Okay, this is your point now, x equals to 1. Now what is your guess? Whether it is a limit point or not. Now here if you see, if this is 0 and 1, then half of it will be half, and then 1 by 3, 1 by 4 and so on. And this 1 is the limit point of your set A provided every neighborhood of 1 intersects A. And just by looking at this diagram you can see that it's not a limit point. And for that you take this neighborhood. You take any neighborhood or something like this. When you take the neighborhood of this, like this, and when you intersect this open interval or open neighborhood with your set A, your intersection will be the singleton point 1, and when you remove that singleton 1, your intersection will be empty, and hence 1 is not a limit point. And for that, what is the neighborhood you will take? Take R is equals to, you can just take a half of distances. Right? You can take, say, half will also work, so let us take 1 by 3. Right? You can take 1 by 3. And then when you check all around x, there is nothing but 1 of radius R, or you can take R, okay, 1 by 3 will do. Intersection with A will be your singleton 1 or singleton x, and when you remove this point x, let me write x is equals to 1. Okay, now when you remove this x from your intersection becomes empty, hence 1 or x equals to 1 is not the limit point of A. Okay, now what if you are taking a point which is outside? You can take any point which is outside. Okay, case, as I said, you can increase the cases, or you can case number 2, case number 3. Let's take case 4. Now till now what we have is okay, this is your R. Till now, okay, this is 0, this is 1. Now till now what you have done is you have taken a point of 1 of the 1 upon n, all the points in 0, 1, and you have taken 1. Okay, now let us take a point which is greater than 1 here. Okay, now here also we can say that if x is not equals to 1, x is greater than 1, then of course the distance between x and 1 is positive. You can take half of the distance and you are done, no matter how close x is with towards 1. Here also what we can say is, if x is here, then of course, now let me write case x does not belongs to closed interval 0, 1. That means x can be this side or x can be this side. So here we are plotting two cases together. Alright. Now if x does not belongs to 0, 1, that means if your x is here, then as I said, we can find the radius such that ball around x of radius R intersection with your A will be empty, because this 1 is the only point which is closer to x, which can be in the intersection. But we are taking the radius which will not, or which will guarantee that 1 is not there in the intersection. Similarly, if your x is here, you can find the neighborhood, something like this. So this x cannot be the limit point of your set A. So let me just directly write the write up. I will revise the exercise. X is not limit point of A. Again, as I said, you have to exhaust all the cases. So you check what are the points remaining now from R. First case we have taken 1 upon n, then second case we have taken open interval, then we have taken 1. Now all the points which are greater than 1 and less than 0. Now only point which is remaining is 0. Case 5 equals to 0. And as you see, as n goes to infinity, 1 upon n goes to 0. Okay, let me draw. As n goes to infinity, this is 0. Let's take here 1. Now first point here is half, then 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5, 1 by 6, 1 by 7, and so on. As n goes to infinity, as n increases, these points will come closer and closer to 0. So no matter what radius you are taking of this of the neighborhood of 0, no matter what radius you are taking, that r will be positive. R will be positive, and the ball around 0 of radius r will be just nothing like minus r comma r. And you can use Archimedean property, which is a very important tool over here. That property will guarantee that there exists some natural number belonging to natural number n naught belongs to n, such that 1 upon n naught is less than r. And if 1 upon n naught is less than r, then 1 upon n naught will be in this set. And hence, when you take the intersection of that ball with a, the intersection will be 1 upon n naught. And of course 1 upon n naught is not equals to 0. So even if you remove the 0 from the set, it will be non-empty, and hence 0 is the limit point. Okay, so this is our claim. This is our claim. Let us put that in words. So diagram I have already drawn, so there is no need of diagram now. So now to show that this 0 is a limit point, remember you have to show this for all the neighborhoods. So if you take any neighborhood, it should intersect. So let us take a neighborhood. Let u be neighborhood of 0. Okay, take some neighborhood of 0. That means this implies some radius is there. So there exists r greater than 0 such that open interval minus r comma r is contained inside u, because u is open. U is neighborhood of 0 means u is open, and 0 belongs to u means by the definition of the open set there exists a r greater than 0 such that open interval minus r comma r is in u. Okay, now we know that this 0 belongs to minus r comma r. This implies what? 0 is less than r, of course, and by, as I said, by using Archimedean property, if you don't know this, then please check what is Archimedean property, or we can make another video on this Archimedean properties. So by Archimedean property, there exists a natural number n naught belongs to n such that 1 upon n naught is less than r. This is one of the form of the Archimedean property. And since 1 upon n naught is less than r, this implies 1 upon n naught belongs to open interval minus r comma r, because it's less than r, and this open interval is contained inside u. Okay, hence this implies minus r intersection with a is non-empty, and if this is contained inside u and this is non-empty, implies u intersection a, and even if you remove that singleton 0, still it will be non-empty, because that point is 1 upon n naught, that cannot be equals to 0. Hence 0 is limit point of A. And with these cases we have exhausted entire R, and if you analyze all the cases, We have taken case 1, x belongs to a, which is not a limit point, x belongs to 0 1, not a limit point, x equals to 1, not a limit point, x does not belong to open interval, close interval 0 1, again still it's not a point, and hence the only limit point is this 0. Therefore derived set of a in R with usual topology is nothing but singleton set 0 1. Okay, so from the last 3-4 examples you might have understood how to find the derived set of a set. Okay, let me ask a simple question based on the same working. You can check what will be the derived set. Let us take x to be R with usual topology, and let us take your set A to be set of all the natural numbers. Then what is derived set of natural number in R? We can find this. Same thing you do. Let me just give a hint. This is your R. So you have to check every point of R whether it's a limit point, and natural number means of course it is not 0 is here, and the points from this n will be 1, then 2, 3, 4 and so on. Okay, so now here if you check, if you take any point which is less than 1, you can always find the neighborhood which will not intersect natural number. If you take any point in between these two natural numbers, and suppose here, then we can always find the neighborhood which will not intersect with a set of natural numbers. And if you take a natural number like for example 4, we can still find the neighborhood which will not intersect the set of natural numbers other than 4. And if you remove the 4, then intersection is empty, and hence none of the point of real number is the limit point of the set of natural numbers, and hence I guess this will be empty. So you find it out. Okay, let us check another example with discrete topology and indiscrete topology. Now if you see discrete topology, let us take let tau be the discrete topology on a set X, and if you take a subset A of X, then derived set of A will be what? Okay, and another example, if tau is indiscrete topology on X, and if you take a subset of X, a subset of X, then what will be derived set of A? And another question I can ask, limit points or derived set in complement finite, that is cofinite topology on R, or any set you can take on X. So these are the questions which you can answer. Mostly let's take one video on this 2 questions and another video on the set of limit points, otherwise those videos becomes too lengthy. Okay, so that's it for this today's class or today's video. In the next video we will find we will answer these first 2 questions. It's very simple, maybe a 10 minutes video, and then we will check what are the limit points of the set in a cofinite topology on any set X. Till then, stay tuned.